A big night for Hilary Clinton. I'm Ed Kelly, editor of the Oklahoman. With me from Washington is Mark Green, national editorial writer for the Oklahoman and a frequent contributor here on News OK TV. Everybody knows it's Barack Obama's convention in Denver, Mark, but it was Hillary Clinton's night on Tuesday. How did she do, in your opinion?
Well, I think that she did very well in a manner. The speech itself was brilliantly delivered, very well received in the hall. She certainly laid out a cogent and I think pretty effective line of attack against Republican John McCain. I think the thing that will come back to nag at the core supporters of Barack Obama is how, once you kind of look into this speech line by line, how self-congratulatory it really was, and how actually fairly tepid it was in its praise of the nominee. I mean, you could look at that speech and plug in Dennis Kucinich's name every time she mentioned Barack Obama, and it would have been the same speech. Basically, what she was saying is that I mean, the impression could have been left that basically any Democrat is the one that we want to get behind today. There really wasn't a warm personal push. That Barack is definitely the guy that we have to have because of particular strengths that he has. So I think it may be one of those things that comes back to bite at them a little bit. That while she hit all the right notes, it really did serve her interests probably as well as his.
So along that same line, the most important question then, will her performance help heal the rift in the Democratic Party between her supporters and those of Obama's?
Boy, that's really a good question, and I think the only way we'll know is, just to wait to see how things kind of develop out in the next few weeks. Already there have been reports, though, some Hillary backers saying they're not convinced. They still feel disenfranchised. They feel like she got a raw deal. They feel like she should have been the vice presidential pick. There's a lot of undercurrent. I think the reporting out of Denver is showing there's a lot of undercurrent within that convention among the core Democratic delegates that are there. We'll have to see. Some people probably, no doubt, will go back to the Democratic candidate, listening to Hillary's speech last night about how the issues that he'll support are the ones that they support, and they'll go to him for those reasons. There are others, I think, that may be inclined to either sit out or maybe even vote for John McCain.
Right. What role do you think Obama wants the Clintons to play, both Hillary and Bill, once this convention is over?
Well, I don't know about Bill. He's always the wild card in any way. There was a lot of reporting about how there was a flap over whether he was going to have his speech read by Obama people before he gives it tonight, and he's just really hard to manage. So it's kind of as far as the campaign, the general election campaign goes, it's hard to imagine where they may send him. I think if they have their druthers and they can do it, they'll send Hillary to places where she beat him in the primary election races: Pennsylvania, Ohio, places in the Rust Belt where Obama struggles with kind of the rural white demographic voter, and try to shore up his support by sending her to those places.
Okay, Mark, thanks. Stay here on News OK for more coverage of the Democrats' convention in Denver.